Well, hello everyone. Welcome back to the channel. Miss Crochet and Coffee here, and it is time for another whip and chat. So get out whatever it is you're working on. Cross stitching, beaded cross stitching, crocheting, diamond painting, adult coloring, what have you. Pull it out and let's do some work together. Before I start this video though, I would like to say a huge thank you to the creators that got together with Shine Like a Diamond. And if you don't know what I'm talking about, I'm going to link it up in the video. I was surprised by a very thought out, thoughtful, love-filled video from Shine Like a Diamond and a few creators and subscribers here on YouTube. And I would like to say thank you. I've been on YouTube for a little bit over a year now, and it's been a ride. Let's just say that. I've had my ups, I've had my downs, I've had my lefts to rights, and for the most part, I know I'm not favored by some, but yesterday showed, or Tuesday showed, I am loved by a lot of people here on YouTube, and what I'm doing is helping and making some kind of impact on our community. So thank you to everyone who got together. Thank you for everyone who commented. After I finished crying for about 45 minutes, my daughter messaged me to let me know that she was proud and that, you know, she is happy to see that I'm happy and doing something that I love. My dad also congratulated me, and, you know, long sappy notes from him. And I would just like to say thank you, because I'm known to have a very brass approach to things. I'm known to be blunt and honest, and a lot of the times that can be misconstrued as being mean or bitchy, when in reality that's just how I show that I'm passionate about my crafts and or whatever else is going on. So again, thank you so much. I'm still in shock because some of the people that were in that video I was not expecting. So again, thank you to all of the creators and subscribers that participated in that video. You guys will never know how much that meant to me. So thank you so very much. I would show you my face, but I'm pretty sure if I had to look at my face while I said that, I would start crying again. And I'm trying to be a crafting gangster right now and hold it together. I'm trying to man up before there's a man down. So with that said, again, creators, subscribers, everyone alike, thank you guys so much for that video. It means the world to me. It will always, you guys will always hold a special place in my heart. You guys are like family to me, and I'm Southern, so we always got big families, you heard? So with that said, again, thank you guys so very much. I do greatly appreciate it. Now, by this time, I am recording this video at 11:30 on Wednesday. The reason it's so late, we'll get into, because that's one of the things I wanted to talk to you about. At this time, the DIY Moon Shop or Die Moon Shop unboxing went up. I have already started on it, as you can tell. I started on it Tuesday morning, and essentially what I would like to do is a time lapse with this image. So this video, you might see these same hand motions in the video that I'm making from the start. I'm going to try to do it start to finish for the most part. I know some of it I won't get in the video, like her arms and stuff, but I want to try to do a start to finish. So when you see the start to finish of this, you might see some of the same hand motions from this video. So just a heads up. Yeah. But with that said, which for you would probably be like a couple of seconds, but for me, this is going to be, I'm going to try to make this an hour-long video. But there's a couple of factors that are weighing me down at this point. Today is not on my side. One, it is snowing outside, and you guys know how much Miss Coffee loves the snow. I do not love the snow. Hate it. Hate it. So yes, it is snowing outside. Sorry, I'm trying to get my minders together here. If you're wondering about the minders, because I know somebody will ask. Hold on, let me get them together here. There you go. We have Storm Sister Studios here. We have Rachel Ray Crafts here. And we have Shine Like a Diamond Shine Shop Designs there. I will link all of them down below. The trash basin also came from Shine Shop. I hope to have my little turkey here before Thanksgiving, because I did order a little defective turkey, but he was so cute. So I had to order him. So yes, I will have all of them linked down in the description box below. Let me turn the mute on my computer because it's going to get loud. All right. So we are going to work on Roselyne. Her name is Roselyne. Her artist name is Sybil. I am working out of, you're going to be shocked by this, but I'm working out of my Craftmates. Why? I don't know. She has 40 colors. So far, this section here alone at the bottom took me about 45, no. This section at the bottom took me about 3 hours. This is a 30 by 30. Again, it is from DIY Moonshop. I have placed another order with them, so my next unboxing will be coming soon. One of the things I did fail to mention in the unboxing video, when I placed the order, it did take a while to process the order because their kits are made to order. So as they told me, they don't like having, they like it to be as fresh as possible. So instead of having a bunch of boxes sitting on a shelf waiting to be sold, they make your item to order. And then once your order is ready, they send you the email with all the stuff, and then they ship it out. Like when you get the email stating that your stuff is shipped, you also get an email right after that telling you what unboxing video your items will be reverse unboxed. And so again, mine was 2:15. And so we'll see how long it takes for the other one. And in my next unboxing, I'll try to calm down and not be as excited. But you guys, the kits I have coming, oh my God. I'm going to try to calm down and not be as excited, but I'll try to give you a little bit more of the information about the process in the next unboxing. But with that said, let's get to this beauty here because I have had a morning, folks. Good God. Okay, so I got up this morning like any other morning. We're going to find a color. And the way I did this was I opened each bag and I didn't put, we're going to go with the arrow to the right, 819. I didn't put the symbol on my stuff. You see the little paper in there? That's what I did. I just put the DMC code number in there. Also, nails, yes. These are Happy Go Plucky from Color Street. And look, there's a little turkey. These are Happy Go Plucky. They came out of my Gidge box. I will have the Gidge box, which is always linked in the description. It is linked down in the description box below if you would like to get yours. The Gidge box is a monthly subscription box to Color Street by Creativity by Gidge here on YouTube. I will link her channel in the description box. I'll link the video of how she applies her Color Street. But essentially, yeah, that's what I got going on right now. Because you guys know Thanksgiving is upon us. Who is ready for the turkey? I know some of y'all probably don't eat turkey, but I eat turkey and ham and all the things. I'm Southern, so you know I got to cook a big meal, even though there's only 4 of us in this house. Either way. So I get up this morning like any other morning, get the kids up, and of course, they don't want to get up. Maggie had that college thing going where she's like, I don't need to go to sleep at bedtime. I'm going to stay up and party hardy. And then when it came to wake up this morning, she was like half dead. She had that going on. So this morning waking her up was a chore because essentially I picked her up out of bed. I had to physically pick her up out of bed. And also this canvas, good God, I'm in shock. I love it. This is the first canvas I've ever worked on where when I use my multi-placer, I don't have to move the drills around too much. I'm moving these because I put them on crooked. But the drills seem to line up perfectly with the multi-placer, whereas with some kits, they don't. And I'm wondering why that's why some kits have popping drills. So, before I get into my morning, I know I'm all over the place. I'm sorry, but my brain is going a million miles a minute, and you'll find out why. I had popping drills on my Waffle Custom. So the Waffle Custom that came from Sparkle Crafter had popping drills on the edges of the painting. Now, I started working on the yellow part in the middle, and so far it was okay, but the edges had popping drills. Now, the edges, the one color, 945, which is like a beigeish color, that was the color that was popping, and there were 76 bags of that. So I had to contact Sparkle Crafters. Now, I don't know if you've ever dealt with Sparkle Crafters or not. I know there's been a couple people that have, but they don't do weekends. So if you have a complaint, they will not get back to you over the weekend. You will have to wait until Monday morning, and then, then they'll get back to you. So I waited and waited and waited because I submitted the email, I want to say Friday evening or Saturday morning. I heard back from her Tuesday because I guess the lady Mitzi, the one that comes into my live streams, she had some family stuff that she had to take care of. And since I emailed her, I had to wait, until she was able and available to get back to me. She did get back to me to let me know that they are sending out the drills. So that canvas has been pushed to the side. Hopefully the drills don't take too long to get here because Mr. Coffee is super excited about that custom and he wants me to get it done. So yeah. Also, big congrats to Becky's Madness for Crafting, because if you guys didn't know, Becky's Madness for Crafting had been working on Starry Nights by Diamond Art Club for a very long time. If you've never worked on that canvas, it is heavily confetti. It is the most disrespectful of disrespectful confetti that you will ever encounter. And she had been working on it for a while and put it away and then decided that she was finally going to take the leap and finish it. And she did finish it in her live on Tuesday. She even did a little dance for us. So if you'd like to see that little dance, go ahead and check out her channel here on YouTube and you'll get to see her do a little dance when she finishes. We made her twerk. She didn't know what she was doing, but it was cute that she tried anyways. Either way. So this morning, we get up. I had to get Maggie up. I had to get her dressed. I brushed her hair, put her hair up in a ponytail. They went full battle rattle this morning. Now, if you don't know what full battle rattle is, that means it's a military term for their battle clothes. I don't know how to explain them. They're not civilian clothes, but battle rattle is like their battle gear, which if you were in the military, you know exactly what battle rattle means. To my kids, battle rattle means it snowed, so full snowsuit gear is required. So full battle rattle this morning because it did start to snow. It is still currently snowing. It is supposed to snow all day. I'm not as worried about it today because Mr. Coffee's home. So more than likely, even though he's sick, I will send him out to go get the kids because, yeah, why not? That and I have a package coming from Pretty Neat Creative in the mail today. I'm pretty sure it'll fit in the mailbox, but I want to be here when he gets here. It's going to be something a little bit different, so you guys keep an open mind, okay? Because I was closed-minded to it too, but I want to check it out because it's Tattered Teddy. Either way. So I get the kids off to school. I get the dogs out for their walk. I come back. I make my cup of coffee. I sit down to record this whip and chat. It was 8 o'clock. My normal routine every morning. I get up, get the kids off to school, walk the dogs. I'm back in the house by 8, recording by 8:15, finish recording by 12:15, and then I go on with the rest of my day, right? Right. So I'm sitting here. I sit down to record, and I hear a noise. A light meow. And I was like, what the hell is that? Now, if y'all don't know, or you're new to the channel, hey, I'm Miss Coffee. If you're new to the channel, I have 2 dogs, Daisy and Killian Jones. Daisy is my German Shepherd. Killian Jones is my Siberian Husky. Yes, his name is Killian Jones, and he is named after the pirate Captain Hook off the show, what is it, 100 or Once Upon a Time or something? Either way, he's a Siberian Husky with blue eyes. So my husband named him Killian Jones. Yes, it's hilarious. Yes, he's a butthole. We'll talk more about him later. So I'm sitting down. I have my coffee. I have my cups. And I sit down. I pull out my canvas. I go to start recording. And I'm like, okay. Every time I go to record, especially a whip and chat, I go, let's let my brain, I try to clear my brain of everything. I never come on a whip and chat with something to talk about. Like I never have something I'm like, oh, okay, these are the talking points I want for this video. I just clear my head, take a deep breath, hit record, and then my mouth just doesn't stop running until I tell it to stop running. So I sit down and I hear, and I'm like, what the hell is that? Also, by the way, there will be cursing in this video. A lot of cursing. Not horribly bad cursing, but yeah, you'll understand. So I'm like, hold up, I don't have a cat. And my dogs are going nuts at my laundry room door, which sits not directly behind me, but adjacent to where I sit on the couch. Because if you guys didn't know, sometimes I like to refer myself as a chick on a couch. I literally sit on a couch to do all my craft. All my videos are made here. Everything I do is done from this couch, unless it's like picking up the kids or something like stupid like that. Either way. So I'm sitting here and I'm hearing this light meowing noise, and I don't know what the hell it is. Mr. Coffee stayed home sick from work today because I guess he's sick. And I was like, is that mental or physical? And he's like, oh yeah, you're funny. Oh, I'm hilarious. Again, I'm going to guess it's mental, but that's neither here nor there. So he stayed home sick from work today, and at first I thought he was like in the room watching something, because every once in a while if he just happens to stay home and he hears me out here talking, instead of coming out here and bothering me, he'll sit in the room and watch videos on his phone. So I thought he was watching a video, and then I heard it. It sounded like something scratching at my wall, and I was like, what the hell is that? Meanwhile, Daisy starts barking and clawing at my wall. Now, if you don't know, Daisy is a German Shepherd. She's 110 pounds. She is about 6 foot tall on her hind legs, okay? So to have her clawing at the wall, I'm like, Daisy, could we not? Daisy's paw is probably a little bit smaller than my hand, like my bare paw. Now, the palm of my hand is bigger than Daisy's, it's a little bit bigger than Daisy's paw. So she literally is pawing at the wall and growling, and I couldn't figure out why. So I'm sitting here, and I keep hearing this clawing, and then the light meow. Meow, meow. I'm like, what the hell? We don't have a cat. So I go to my front door, open the door to make sure that, like, my neighbor said she had, misplaced her cat, which I don't know how you misplace a cat, but she misplaced a whole cat. And I was like, how the hell do you misplace a whole cat? Apparently her cat got out a couple of days ago. She hasn't been able to find it. She's been beside herself every morning when I come in from walking the dog. Hey, Miss Tepper, have you seen the cat? No, I ain't seen your damn cat. Good thing is my dogs are good with cats, because when I first got my dogs, I had a cat, but we had to surrender it, or essentially we didn't surrender it. We gave it to a friend of ours who was looking for a cat. We had to give it up because Orion developed an allergy to it. So I went to go brush the cat one day. Orion broke out into hives and then started complaining that he couldn't breathe. And the next day the cat was gone. So we've had a cat. So the dogs are great with cats, okay? So I'm sitting here and I go, okay, I hear scratching. And of course, I'm a woman. So put down in the comment section the first thing you think of when you hear scratching, but you don't hear the meow, you just hear the scratching. What's the first thing you think of? I'll give you a second. A mouse. Okay, so I'm over here shitting a brick because I'm like, how did a mouse get into my house? How did a mouse get into my house? I'm over here Dr. Seussing it in my head because how the hell did a mouse get in my house? I live in an apartment and no mice. Like, if there was a mouse in the house, the dogs would have went nuts. My dogs don't do well with small woodland creatures. So, I would have noticed something about there being a mouse in the house. I haven't seen any signs of a mouse, and I got my new mop. We'll talk about that in a few minutes. I got the new mop and everything. I ain't seen no mice droppings or anything. So I'm like, how the hell did a mouse get in the house? It must have gotten in here this morning because I don't remember seeing a mouse. So, and the dogs haven't been going nuts. So I'm like, okay, if there's a mouse in the house, then I need to wake up Mr. Coffee because Miss Coffee don't do mice, okay? I don't do mice. I'm scared of them, but not to the point where, like, I'll die if I see one or something. Just in the simple fact that the scare factor of a mouse being in the house. Now, I've had snakes in my house. I've had mice in my house. I've never had, like, roaches or anything because that's gross. But I've had, woodland creatures in my house before because where we lived at in Pennsylvania, we literally lived on the side of a mountain in the woods. So there was always all kinds of field mice that would, scurry their way to your house and then somehow climb into the walls and, yeah, the whole mess. Either way. So I'm sitting here minding my own damn business and I'm hearing this noise and I'm starting to get more freaked out by the second. And I know that if I just sit here and ignore it, it will bother me the whole video. So I'm like, no. I'm like, hold up. Maybe if I just record the video, then after the video, I, wake up Mr. Coffee and be like, hey, there's something in the house. I'm like, no, because of my luck, it'll be a mouse. It'll scurry across my feet during my video. You guys would hear me scream like a little schoolgirl and be like, what's wrong with Miss Coffee? We already know she's insane in the membrane. Why is this woman screaming in my ear? And then I have to tell you guys, oh, snap, there's a mouse in my house. Well, there was no mouse. Apparently, I called the emergency number for the complex because my complex, they're a bunch of lazy turds. They don't get into the office until about 10 o'clock in the morning. And remember, I'm Central Standard Time. So for those folks that, are like, oh, what time zone did Miss Coffee? I'm Central Standard Time up here in North Dakota. So that's an hour behind Eastern Standard Time. So yeah, so I'm sitting here and I'm minding my own business. And I call the emergency number and I wake up Mr. Coffee. And I tell him, we got a freaking mouse in here. He goes, how the hell did we get a mouse? We've never had a mouse. I am aware of this, but we got one now. There's a first time for everything. There's a damn mouse in here. He goes, I'll get my shoes. Now take it. He's in his underwear. He comes out of the room to get his boots. I'm like, what are you going to do with the boots? Well, I'm going to stomp the crap out of it for making me wake up. I don't feel good. I'm like, dude, that sucks. So I'm sitting here minding my own business. And he gets up. He puts his boots on. I'm like, well, the complex is going to be coming soon. Could you at least put on some pants? I don't want to put on no damn pants. Why is it that you're the only one in the house that can not wear pants? I'm like, I'm wearing pants. I was that afraid. I put pants on. So I was like, I'm wearing pants. So go ahead, get some pants on. Then you can put your shoes on. And then you'll look a little bit more intimidating. So he gets pants on. He puts the shoes on. He goes in the laundry room. And our laundry room has had a weird smell in it for the last, I don't know, week and a half. We couldn't figure out what the smell was. And you're going, oh, snap. Yep, we'll get there. Hang in there with me. So I'm sitting there, and I'm like, why does it smell like little boy farts in here? Like, what the hell? You would think a place where you clean laundry wouldn't smell like this. I have deep cleaned that laundry room, which is not a big laundry room. It's the size of a linen closet without shelves in it. It's like the size of a walk-in closet with a washer and dryer in. I have deep cleaned that thing with bleach. I don't know how many times. And for some reason, that smell just would not go away. And I'm like, what the hell is that smell? Now, our walls have no holes in them. So if something were to get in here, it would have had to chew its way through the wall to get into the apartment. And all I can think of is, why our apartment? Why? Because now you know, no matter what this is, I'm going to have to deep clean the house. And Mr. Coffee looks at me and he goes, please don't mop everything, please. I'm like, I had already planned on mopping everything. I had all my cleaning supplies out on the counter, Lord Jesus. So I'm sitting there and he goes, well, did you call maintenance? Yes, I called maintenance. Maintenance is sending people out. So within 20 minutes, maintenance shows up. Now, maintenance is on site. So, that guy showed up straight from home because he lives on the 3rd floor. So he comes in with another guy and he's like, you guys have a mouse. He goes, it's not a mouse. I'm like, the hell it's not. I hear it scurrying around in there. There's a damn mouse in there. He's like, it's not a mouse, ma'am. Look, sir. And this is the same slow guy that came last time that was like, don't let your children jump on your heaters. My children don't jump on heaters. Those aren't trampolines. My children are old enough to not jump on heaters. And then I thought about it. I have a Maggie, so he was probably right. Either way. So I'm sitting here and I'm like, okay, well, there's some woodland creature in my house that does not live here. And unless it's paying rent, it needs to go. And the guy goes, okay, ma'am, where are you hearing it? I'm like, in my laundry room. So I take him over to the laundry room. Daisy and Killian are in their crates because Daisy and Killian don't do well with strangers being in the house. They're getting better. But Daisy, I don't trust Daisy because Daisy knows that men aren't supposed to be in the house. And maintenance men, when they show up, Daisy just loses her ever-loving mind. So yeah, so I put them in their crates. So I'm sitting here, dogs are in crates, and the guy goes over to the laundry room. Me and Mr. Coffee are in tow right behind them. And he goes, oh, I hear it. That's not a mouse. Well, what the hell is it? He goes, it sounds like a cat. I'm like, I'm sorry, say what now? He goes, there's a cat in your wall. There's a cat in my wall. He goes, do you guys have a cat? Hell no, we don't got no cat. No, okay. We don't have a cat. I'm like, we have 2 large dogs, and we're only allowed to have 2 pets in this apartment complex. And I'm like, you know what? Our neighbor is missing a cat. And Mr. Coffee's like, oh yeah, that's right. She said she was missing her little cat. And she has one of those like little munchkin cats, I think. It's like a little midget cat. Or a little people cat. Whatever you want to call it. So I'm sitting there and I'm like, how the hell did a cat get in the wall? And he goes, I don't know. I don't live here. I'm like, I don't live here either, or I live here, but I don't even know how a cat got in the wall. Please explain. He goes, well, we don't usually get called for cats in the wall. And I'm like, well, I don't usually have cats in my wall. We go back and forth for a good 2 minutes. So with that said, the prizes for my giveaway were sitting in the laundry room for some reason. I think it's because I was deep cleaning my room and I just put the boxes on top of my dryer. I then had to get the boxes because I was scared there was a mouse in there. And I'm like, if there's a mouse in there, I'm not giving these away. And the guy goes, there's no mouse in here. Okay, whatever you say, sir. But I'm scared. So yeah. So I'm sitting there and I have my mop in my hand. And they hear the scurrying again and the light little meow. And I was like, oh yeah, y'all gotta get this out of here. I don't care what it is. Get it the hell out of my house. Like, no. So the guy goes, okay, let's check the, they're checking stuff and they're opening things and doing stuff. And see, 225 is L. So they're doing all the things, and they're like, we're going to have to get into the wall. I don't give a crap what you got to do with your life. Get whatever woodland creature this is out of my house. So the guy goes, okay, did you want to call the fire department, or do you think we can do this ourselves? I'm like, the fire department? Don't waste the fire department's resources to get a cat out of the wall. They get cats out of trees, not walls. Like, what the? Have you never read a story? And the guy kind of looks at me, and Mr. Coffee's like, hun, just go sit down. Take your mop and go sit down. Yes, I have my mop in my hand because whatever that demon is that was in my wall was about to get blasted with that new cedar mop. So I'm sitting here and I'm like, okay, whatever it is, they're going to get it. It's okay. Don't freak out. They're going to get it. I hear scurrying really fast and I'm like, what the hell was that? And hold on, I saw a letter I missed somewhere. I thought I saw a little T somewhere. Either way. So I'm sitting here and I'm like, okay. As a matter of fact, what symbol am I working on right now? 225. What I've been doing is because I have, because I'm using this, I leave the door open so I know which color I'm using, and then the because it's so staticky, the number sticks to the top. Yeah, use what you got, folks. So I'm sitting here and I'm like, okay, I'm in the kitchen standing next to Mr. Coffee, and he's like, you get so he's telling me how I over exaggerate over everything, and I'm like, you know what? I might be a little extra, but it's better safe than sorry, buddy. And I was about to hit him with the mop when I saw something fly by. I didn't know what it was. You ever see one of those cartoons where, a woman gets scared and she jumps into the guy's arm? I did that with the mop. I jumped straight into Mr. Coffee's arms and I was like, oh my God, there's a freaking mouse. It ran past me so quickly, I thought it was a mouse. It was a cat. A very linty cat. By linty, I mean, because it was stuck in the wall where my dryer is, dryer lint was like on the floor and in that space, and the cat was covered in dryer lint and wall shavings from it scratching at the walls, so it was covered in dryer lint. So I'm like, okay, it's your world, do your thing, boo-boo, but don't scare the crap out of me, please, for the love of all that is holy, please just go. So there's those 3 T's right there. So I'm sitting here and I jump into Mr. Coffee's arms and I'm yelling and screaming. The cat, I have all the doors closed to the bedrooms and everything else like that. The cat is frantically running around because it's scared. I'm screaming. The maintenance guys are chasing the cat throughout my apartment, which is not a big apartment, folks. They're knocking over stuff. There's stuff shaking in here. I'm squealing. At one point, it came into the kitchen where me and Mr. Coffee were. And I then immediately jump up on the counter. Like, I went from his arms to the top of the counter with my broom or my mop stick. And I'm like trying to poke to get the cat to do something to like get away from me. You guys, I'm not even joking. I don't think I've ever been so scared in my entire life of a cat. It was just a tiny little cat, but it scared the crap out of me. And I'm like, how the hell did you get into the wall? And of all places, my wall. So after about 10 minutes, I'm not even joking, it felt like forever. After about 10 minutes, the guy kind of looks at me. He goes, ma'am, you don't have to scream. It's a cat. I don't care. It's not mine. It has teeth. It could bite me. That thing could have rabies. And Mr. Coffee just looks at the guy and goes, just don't, dude. you're wasting your time. She's got to illogically think this out before she calms down. And the guy goes, oh, okay. And he just walks away. And I'm like, what is that supposed to mean? You trying to say I'm crazy? Like, what is that supposed to mean? I was highly offended. Either way. So they finally catch the cat in a in a grocery shopping bag. Yeah. They put the poor cat in the grocery bag because they had to get it to calm down. Well, then I go, and as soon as they get it in the bag, I run out the front door. Not to like run for safety or anything. I run out the front door to go get my neighbor, okay? And I go, is this your freaking cat? Like, I knock on her door real nice. I'm like, knock, knock, knock. And she opens it. She's like, oh, hi. I'm like, is this your freaking cat? She goes, Mittens. I'm like, and this mother sucker's name is Mittens. Jesus, Lord, help us. So she got her cat. And we were trying to figure out, okay, and the maintenance guys and Mr. Coffee were straightening stuff back up because of all the stuff that had gotten knocked over. The dogs are going nuts in their crate. We get the cat back home safe and sound. The cat is doing fine. I did not scar it for life with all the squealing. So for those of you who are like, oh, that poor kitty. Poor Miss Coffee. That cat scared the crap out of me. Either way, it's not about me, folks. It's about the kitty cat. The kitty cat's fine. Either way. So I'm sitting here and I'm like, okay, so we got the scratching taken care of. But now I have a problem because Mr. Coffee's awake and I can't record while he's awake because if your spouse is like mine, anytime you try to do something without them, they got to put their 2 cents in. And y'all get enough of Mr. Coffee during whipping or during Friday Night Lives where I don't need him putting his 2 cents in during my whipping chats. So I was just like, crap, now I'm going to have to be late recording my video for tomorrow because he is essentially up and I don't want his commentary. Because I also have I had a bunch of videos I needed to record today. I have 3 flip throughs that I need to do for Alina Lazareva. And I have pretty neat creative coming and all this stuff. And all I could think of was, I have a lot to do and you're awake. You're going to have to go back to sleep. So I sent him to the store with a grocery list. And on top of the grocery list, it says, get some NyQuil because I'm going to knock his tail out and record videos. He drugged me when I was 6, so it's my turn to drug him. It's like, medical warfare, I guess. Either way. So they're getting stuff cleaned up. Okay, that's the 4th trash drill I found in this entire kit. Just a heads up. So they're cleaning up, straightening up, getting stuff put back up the right way, putting stuff back on the counter because, of course, when I jumped up on the counter, I knocked a bunch of stuff off of it. And I was so full of adrenaline at that point, I couldn't see straight. So I had to go sit in my room for a minute where I was overly stimulated. And when you're bipolar, when you're overly stimulated, the best way to calm yourself down is to go into a space where there's nothing going on, where it's just like nothing. So I went and sat in my room and Mr. Coffee closed the door. Well, I'm glad he did. I calmed down. I come back out right as the maintenance guys were leaving and they're like, you guys should be okay for now. This happens every once in a while because our dryer vents are higher up on the building. So they're closer to the 2nd floor. So I'm sitting here and I'm like, okay, all right, cool. So anytime we hear that noise, we know. And he goes, yeah, we rarely ever get mice. And he goes, I've worked here. The guy had said he worked here for a few years and there was only one instance where they had a mouse. And that's because their tenants were moving in from a nastier house or something, he said. And I was like, well, that's disgusting. But he goes, you don't tend to see a lot of mice here. They're usually birds. And they're usually sparrows. And I'm like, sparrow? You know the type of bird? Either way. And I'm like, hold up, it's wintertime. Why aren't the birds, migrating? Whatever. That's, that's the bird's business, not mine. So I'm sitting there. And the reason I was talking about birds is because right as they go to leave, I hear the scratching noise again. And I'm like, oh, heck no. Y'all better come back in here and figure out what this scratching noise is because I ain't about to be up in here with scratching noise. No, boo-boo. Y'all better come find out what this is. The guy comes back and he goes, what is that? What is it? And I'm like, dude, I don't know what the hell it is. Stop asking me what it is. So the guy goes, yeah, you have a bird in here. I'm like, a bird? What is this, Steve Irwin's Wild Adventures? What the hell? How did a bird get in here? And then that's why I was explaining the dryer vent. Because on the building on the 2nd floor, the dryer vent's up there. And sometimes there's a tree right next to ours. And sometimes the birds will hop in the dryer vents when they're on. And then I guess it just picks a hole, like in the video games. It's like, pick A, B, or C. Which hole do you want to go down? So the bird flew into A, which is my dryer vent, and got stuck. Couldn't get itself out. And I was like, Mr. Coffee had turned the dryer on because he thought he heard it from the dryer vent. And I told him, well, if it's in the dryer vent, you're cooking it at this point. I made him feel all kinds of bad about cooking this bird, okay? So I'm sitting here, and let's see, that's J that we just finished. We're going to go for T. I'm sitting here, and I'm minding my own damn business. And they go, yeah, you have a bird in here. Okay. You guys, why did the maintenance guy, I need 3072. Why did the maintenance guy then decide it's a great idea to take the dryer vent off the dryer before he closed the damn door to the laundry room? I now have a sparrow flying around my house. To which, again, I grab my mop and I jump back up on the countertop and I'm waving it around in the air, screaming like a small schoolgirl. Did I mention I'm in my monster slippers? I'm screaming and flailing this mop around like a mad woman because I'm scared to death. There's a bird in here. It's going to attack me. I'm going to get bird flu. I have measles. I don't know what's going on. Like, there's a bird in here. My brain is going a million miles a minute. Like, what do I do? So my only instinct was to take the mop and swing it around as ferociously as I possibly can, because then maybe I'll hit it and it'll, like, I'll hit it hard enough where it'll stun it so they can get it back outside. Never once dawned on me, maybe open the door. No, because it's cold out there and it's snowing, and I don't pay for heat, but I don't feel like I should have to heat the whole damn neighborhood, so I ain't opening the door. So I'm sitting there and I'm yelling and screaming, and Mr. Coffee's like trying to get me down off the counter because I'm scaring the bird. I'm like, I like how y'all care about these animals, but don't give two flying craps about me. I'm scared too. So after about 20 minutes of, again, knocking everything out of place and knocking stuff over and chasing the bird throughout the house, again, all the doors were closed to the bedrooms and stuff, so they couldn't get in the bedrooms. But we have, I don't think they're called vaulted ceilings. We have high ceilings. They're about 7.5 feet tall, I want to say. So we have high ceilings. So they're trying to catch this bird with like a butterfly net that I found in Maggie's room. And they finally catch it, to which the one maintenance guy grabs it and goes, I got the bird. Thanks. He brings it up close to me. I almost whacked him in the face with that mop this morning. Oh my God. I was like, get that thing away from me. So, yeah, this whipping chat's going to be a hot mess, but it's loud and proud because I don't care. I was scared, you guys. I was so scared. It's unjustifiably scared now that I think about it, but at the time I was scared out of my wits. And Mr. Coffee's like, well, you got some strong legs. The fact that you jumped from my arms to the countertop. I had knocked everything up off that countertop too. I had just straightened that countertop up yesterday. Literally jumped up on the countertop and started kicking and flailing around. Knock all the stuff off. So I'm sitting there and Mr. Coffee gets me off the counter. He goes, puts me back in the room, closes the door. And again, remember, I told Mr. Coffee that he had cooked the bird in the dryer because he turned the dryer on with the bird in it. The maintenance guy then tells me, oh, hold up, there's another one in here. Another one? I'm not Prince Khalid. I don't need another one. And another one. No, what do you mean another one? Here, the weird smell that we had been smelling for like the last couple of weeks or however long. Apparently a bird had gotten into the dryer vent. We didn't know it. And when I did laundry for the last couple of weeks, I essentially was just cooking it. To which he then looks at me, Mr. Coffee does, and gives me the look of, now who's cooking birds? And I'm like, you know what? I'm going to go back in the room now. I don't belong on the outside. This is why and he just looks at me and his favorite quote to tell me, this is why we can't have nice things. You know what? That bird should have been smart enough not to fly into my dryer vent. Moment of silence for the poor birdie that I cooked in the dryer vent, just trying to wash my family clothes. Oh, man. I didn't mean to cook the poor birdie, and obviously if I would have known that was in there, I would not have turned the dryer on. I would have tried to get it out, but I didn't know it was in there and didn't make any noise. The problem is, too, a couple of weeks ago, I told Mr. Coffee the dryer was acting funny. It wasn't acting funny. It was just making a weird noise. Couldn't figure out what the hell the noise was. We're pretty sure now it was the bird trying to escape the dryer vent, and it could not. And essentially, I just roasted it. Yeah. Yeah, so they got one of the mini Walmart bags that hangs in my laundry room, and they disposed of said bird, and they were like, you should be okay now. You should also get rid of the smell in there. Thanks. I'm like, also, I had a house inspection last Thursday, I want to say, and they never showed up. Like, they told us that they were fixing the radiators in the apartments. The guy showed up to fix the radiators that were falling off the wall, but he didn't check the radiators. He just fixed the ones on the wall and left. And I was like, you guys never stopped by my apartment. And he goes, well, we didn't stop by all apartments. We found the problem and fixed it. And I was like, oh, okay. You know, sending out an email to let us know that for those of us that were sitting around waiting for you would have been nice. But, you know, that's fine. You know, that's fine. He just kind of looks at me like, what? I'm like, nothing, don't worry about it. Thank you so much for getting the bird and the mouse. Apparently the bird had been chasing the cat had been chasing the bird. And the bird went into the dryer vent, to which somehow the cat then also was in the wall and chased it to our apartment. We're not sure what's going on with Tom and Jerry, but they can cut it out any minute now. Now that cat's going to be giving me dirty looks every time that lady opens the door to say hi to me. Oh, God, you guys. It's been a morning. Okay, that's just this morning. That's just this morning. And then yesterday was kind of a off day. I worked on this all day yesterday. I'm okay with it. So I worked on this, and I didn't really do a whole lot of anything else because I so badly want to get this done because it is gorgeous and I absolutely love it. Now we're going to go for, let's fill in those little T's quick because I see a little T right there. The drill quality is phenomenal. The canvas quality is also phenomenal. The glue isn't too tight where you can't slide the diamonds, but it's not loose enough that if you put a diamond down, it's going to like fall. It's going to like decide to like take a U-turn and go back to where it came from. Coffee break. All right. So 3743. 3743. Yeah, it's that one. So yeah, so Mr. Coffee's home sick, so sound the alarms, call the ambulance. Giant man baby in the house today. He came home yesterday and he was kind of sneezing and coughing a lot. And I was like, well, what's wrong with you now? Now, for those of you who don't know, Mr. Coffee works in the oil field. He's a field technician now. So he does, you know, work out in the elements, and with the weather changing and everything else, I think it got him sick. And so he came home yesterday and he was kind of coughing and he said he was cold. Now, the first indicator that Mr. Coffee is getting sick, he says he's cold. Mr. Coffee is never cold. It can be negative 26 degrees outside, and yes, this has happened. It can be negative 26 degrees outside, and Mr. Coffee will be like, oh, it's not too bad outside. Makes you want to punch him in the pee hole, right? Right. So he came home and said he was cold, and I was just like, okay. Not just cold. He came home, got dressed, ate part of his dinner, couldn't finish the rest of it, laid here on the couch, stole my heated blanket, which I had on my lap. He literally just pulled it away from me and gave me this really cute look like, can I use this? I'm cold. All right, Tiny Tim. Took my heated blanket. It was turned on already, so he was just like, oh my God, this is so warm. I love it. And then fell asleep. And I was like, oh God, he's sick. Oh God. Okay, he's sick. That's gross. Quarantine. Bleach. And he's like, please don't bleach the house. I'm bleaching the house. Matter of fact, right after this video, I'm bleaching the house. Because he's still at the grocery store. So, essentially, he's home today. He went out to go get medicine. He went to go get the last little bit of stuff we need for Thanksgiving. Because we're not a big family. So, there's only 4 of us. And because we don't have family or friends here, we do celebrating, you know, as a family. So we're probably, as I was so graciously told by my good friend Catherine, which I can't remember her name because she just changed her name on YouTube. So I can't remember her name, so sorry. She used to be Spasmodic Arts, but she changed her name. But she so ever so graciously told me that, yeah, she ever so gracefully told me, I think, I want to say her name is Cat Spasmodic Artsy Life Vlogs now. She's gonna start, I guess she's doing some channel changes. But she was telling me that it's not Disney Plus and chill, it's Disney Plus and thrust. And I'm like, I don't want to think of thrusting when I think of Disney, but okay. So we're probably gonna watch like a Disney movie with the kids, and let's see, 3713 is the star. We'll probably watch some Disney movies with the kids. We'll watch the Thanksgiving parade from Macy's on TV. Play some board games. Essentially, Thanksgiving is a electronic free holiday for us. So if you're trying to get in contact with me on Thanksgiving and I do not reply, yes, I am ignoring you because that's Thanksgiving. So remember, Thanksgiving this year will be on the 28th, which is next Thursday. So a week from the day you're seeing this. I have any more of those stars? No. Put a little piece of paper back in there before I forget. Check one more time because I know I'm going to miss one. All right. So I need the capital letter T again because I missed one. And I love the fact that they have their legend like cut off and off to the side because that makes it really cool. I do plan on framing this. So the framing video will be probably on Saturday if I can help it. So look out for that. Oh, I had tea in my hand. But yeah, so it's been an interesting week so far. The kids have been waiting for the weekend for some reason. I'm not sure. Oh, because of Disney. We've watched Little Mermaid probably 12 times at this point. Maggie's like me. Maggie's a creature of habit. So when you find something you like, you don't deter from it. So Maggie's obsessed right now with Little Mermaid. So everything is Little Mermaid. She is Little Mermaid. I was making dinner and she goes, "Are we going to eat with a dingle hopper?" She said it like that. I'm not even joking you. She had the British little accent and everything. I think she's been watching too much Fruitini. She loves Fruitini and Cal Withington. And she like tries to mimic how they talk. And she came out yesterday. I was making stuffed shells. And she goes, "Are we going to use a dingle hopper?" And I'm like, "Oh, sweet Lord, no. We're using forks." She goes, "Well, Mama, you know dingle hoppers are forks." And I'm like, "Yes, Maggie, I know." She goes, "Ariel says that she uses it to comb her hair." And I'm like, "If you put that fork in your hair." She goes, "I'm not." Fast forward to dinner time. "Mom, the fork is stuck in my hair." "Why did you put the fork in your hair?" She had to get another shower because she got stuffed shells sauce all in her hair. Have you ever tried to comb somebody's hair with spaghetti sauce in it? It's not fun. It's not fun. It's not cute either. So for those folks that are like, "Oh, Maggie." No, oh, Mommy. Because Mommy had to comb all the spaghetti sauce and chunks of meat out of her hair. Meanwhile, why is it that Orion can mind everybody's business when he's eating? When he's eating, he wants to know what everybody's doing, where are they at, all their business, in their mouth, and then the moment his sister does something wrong, he says nothing. Because we don't sit with the kids all the time at the dinner table, because a lot of the times, then they won't eat. They want to play. So for, maybe 3 times out of the week, we won't sit with the kids. And we weren't sitting with them that day because Maggie had already started being a little extra that morning or that afternoon. So we weren't sitting with them. So she was over there and I was talking to Mr. Coffee. We're talking about like all this stuff with the channels, and he's like, "I honestly don't think you have anything to worry about. So please, calm down." I think he's just trying to get me to calm down so I'm not freaking out. And I'm not freaking out. I'm just trying to be safe, better safe than sorry. So we're over here talking about that, and Orion turns around and he goes, "Mommy, you're not going to have to delete your channel, are you?" And I'm like, "No, Orion, but you are going to have to mind your business. So turn around and eat your food." All right, cool. So he turns around. Let's see, we got where's that weird symbol at? They have this weird arrow with a line through it. Right here. That's the symbol I was looking for. And then Laura Law's Craft Corner says this is now the official pickle symbol. So this like dash is now a pickle. So I have a pickle symbol, Laura. So crap, I was just 37.43. I think it's this last one here. So yeah, so we're sitting up here talking about that, and I look up, and then all of a sudden, is another one of those blink moments. Now I see why they say when you have children, don't blink. It's not because they grow up that quickly. I mean, yeah, that's part of it. But it is also because in that blink of an eye, your child can destroy the world. Takes them forever and a day to clean their room, but don't worry, because if you blink, you know, they do all kinds of weird things when you blink too fast. So, Maggie had gotten tomato sauce and stuff in her hair. So I'm like, that's awesome. And I look at Orion and I'm like, dude, why didn't you say something? He goes, you told me to mind my business. You know what? So this is why we can't have nice things, folks. This is why we can't have nice things. Also, if you are on that Elfster app with Marissa McCartney, she did that thing for the Secret Santas. You can't sign up for it anymore because it's already, like, we already have our Secret Santa peoples, and, you know, you got to buy them stuffs and do stuffs. So I ended up, what I did was I put a bunch of stuff on the wish list for the kids. Now, that does not mean I expect anyone to purchase anything for my children for Christmas. I do not. I do not want you guys to have to worry about that. My kids will be highly taken care of. Do not do that. I put a bunch of stuff on the wish list there because it was my way of keeping track of things. Because then when Christmas comes, I can go to that list and pick stuff off. No, that is not what the list was created for, but that's why I'm using it. So if you see an item on it, because like right now, I think there's like a giant inflatable unicorn. Maggie wants a unicorn chair for her room. But instead of buying her a chair, I'm buying her a giant inflatable unicorn. Like for the pool. But she's going to use it as a chair for her room, because how freaking cool would that be? And then Orion's going to get one too, but I have to find one. Because he only likes video game stuff, and they don't have like, if they have a creeper floaty that, you know, it's like a chair, I might get that for him. Okay, there's quite a few of those. We're going to pull some of those out. So I might get that for him. But, yeah. So I put a bunch of kid toys on there for my own reference, not for anybody else. I need to make I needed to make a wish list for the kids, and that's where I put it, because it was just, I personally don't usually, the only thing I really want is maybe I want to try some new markers and stuff. Like the stuff I put on there for myself was pretty stupid. And I was like, well, you know, I need to get a list together. And me and Mr. Coffee were going through and decided, oh, well, let's create a list of stuff to get the kids for Christmas. Now, Minna only asked for one thing, and that thing is like $300. So yeah, we don't need to make a list for her stuff. But the other two are still asking for stuff. Do you guys remember being little and the Toys R Us catalog would come out, and your parents would, if they could, they would ask you to pick out of the Toys R Us catalog? Yeah, don't worry. My parents didn't do it either. We were broke. So I remember getting it and looking at it and fantasizing about what if I had my pick of, you know, getting stuff out of the catalog. And they would tell us to mark things down that we wanted. And then, like, Christmas would come and we get, like, the generic version of it. Like, I remember I got a Betsy Wetsy one year. Y'all, that was, like, my favorite toy. If you don't know what Betsy Wetsy is, it was a little baby doll that when you fed her, she peed and pooped. I, as a child, thought that was the coolest thing ever. I also got some kind of little toy where if you lifted her arm, the hair grew. Like, she had like a ponytail, and you could brush her hair and all this stuff. Barbie girl in a Barbie world, you can brush her hair. Life is fun and plastic, all that fun stuff. So I got a Betsy Wetsy the one year. The next year, I got the baby doll that pees and poops. And then I got another baby doll that when you lifted her arm, her hair would magically grow. And for the longest time, I thought that's how your hair grew. And I would just walk around raising my hand all the time. I'm pretty sure when I was little, based on the things that I did when I was a child, I'm pretty sure my parents probably thought I was slow. When in reality, I just wanted longer hair and to pee and poop like a baby. So, yeah. That's my life, folks. But I just wanted to point that out because I know somebody's going to be like, why in the world is there a giant inflatable unicorn on this list? Because I'm buying that for Maggie. Plus, it just seemed very convenient to put it there, and I know the prices and everything, and we're writing everything down so that we can get a list together, because Santa in my house brings our children socks and t-shirts and thermals and stuff like that. Mommy and Daddy buy the kids toys. Now, let me explain this, why they do this. Now, I only have a few more minutes, but I'm going to explain this, and then I'll let you guys go. So the reason that happens is because for those kids, when I remember growing up and I had friends that couldn't afford Christmas, and they'd wonder, why did Santa bring that kid toys and I didn't get toys? So in my house, Santa doesn't bring our children toys. I never wanted my children to believe in Santa, but with the school system and everything, they believe in Santa. And I'm like, well, that's fine. They're going to believe in Santa. I don't have a problem with that. I let it grow on me. But their Santa brings them, like, the stupid gifts, like socks and underwear and stuff like that. Because every year we've been trying to get the kids new socks and underwear and stuff for Christmas. So when Santa brings them gifts, Santa brings them clothes. When Mommy and Daddy give them gifts, Mommy and Daddy bring them toys. That way, when kids at school go, you know, Santa didn't bring me any toys, my kids can be like, Santa brings us socks and shirts and stuff. He makes sure we have clothes. Boom. I thought it was a good idea in my head. Maybe it's not. You know, everybody, you know, teaches their kids different things. That's one of the things I taught my kids was Santa doesn't bring you, like, nice toys and everything else. Santa brings you clothes. Mommy and Daddy bring you the rest. So, yeah. But with that said, folks, Mr. Coffee's been gone. Okay, does anybody else have a spouse that when you send, no matter where you send them, no matter how many times I send Mr. Coffee to the store with a list, he'll call 70 times to make sure that he's getting things correctly? Hey, did you want the can of pineapples or you want a whole pineapple? The one time I didn't answer the phone, he literally brought home a whole pineapple. I was making ham. I just needed a couple of, like, rings of pineapple. He brought home a whole pineapple. And I think he did it on purpose, though, because then right afterwards, he's like, can I cut it? He just wanted to cut it. He ended up hurting himself, cutting his finger, and I was just like, yeah, no more whole pineapples next time. No, if I'm making ham, I just need the ring of pineapple. I don't need the whole freaking pineapple. Like, this is not SpongeBob's house. We don't need that up in here. So, yeah, that's that. So, I hope you guys enjoyed this whip and chat. I'm sorry it was so all over the place, and like excitable. So, because I know my videos go up in the morning, and y'all guys are probably like, good God, how you have that much energy in the morning? No, you're only seeing this in the morning. I schedule it for the morning. I'm recording this in the afternoon. So yeah, but I want to do one more color, which is at number 5. So in an hour, I was able to do her entire body. Her body is a lot of confetti, and she has a hand right here, which you can't see. I should have got the image bigger, but again, I don't go big when I first order from a store. I am excited, though, because I do plan on buying a little bit more. If I buy more from DAC or from DIY Moon, that just means my DAC might slow down. And it's okay, because you guys have seen enough Diamond Art Club here, right? Right. So I'm not going to completely stop, but it's going to slow down tremendously because you guys have seen enough DAC. I want to give other companies a chance. So I'm really, really liking the quality of this, and I want to try out some more of their kits. And these 2 kits I got from them are going to work up hella quick. So I got that next order on its way. So yeah. But with that said, folks, that's it for me today. I got all the number 5s. So thank you guys so much for joining me today. If you like this video and would like to see more random crazy videos just like this one, please don't forget to hit that subscribe button and the bell to be notified anytime I randomly decide to put up a video. And believe me, it's random. With that said, folks, you're going to have to hold on a second because I got to find this number. I got to find this number. But with that said, folks, I'm going to bid you adieu. But not before reminding you, like I always try to be kind, be courteous, be cool. Bye, guys.